unnatural, but I'll erase it. Your body knows what it needs, even if you don't yet.
Doctor, I don't think I need any vitamin D just yet.
That's enough.
Oh no! Are you mad? Did I make you mad, Doctor? All right. Now that we've seen what we're dealing with here, maybe we should be a little bit more forceful. Confront them. What up? No more politeness. You stop walking and turn fully this time. Well, what is it? I just strike the pose from Dark Stoles. Well, what is it? Why are you following me? Your voice comes out sharper than you expect. The figure pauses. Then they step forward into the dim light. You notice a mask over the person's face. And as the light reveals the figure, you realize that they're a man. He gives you a small, almost familiar smile. At least you think it's a smile. You can't quite tell because of the fabric covering his face.
I apologize. I wasn't trying to frighten you.
Well, you did. His tone is softer than the situation deserves. Excuse me? You've been following me. You're about to find the soup can that's at the bottom of my purse. He tilts his head slightly.
Not at all. I'm just on my way home.
He takes a slow step closer. You instinctively step back.
I live around the corner.
You notice how close he is now. When did he get that close? You feel the curb hit the back of your heel. There's nowhere left to step. His hand lifts. For a second, you think he's going to touch your face or hit you. Instead, he grabs your arm. Hey! Before you can react, he yanks you forward. Hey! The world spins. Your back slams against his chest. Rude! An arm snakes around your waist, locking you in place. Another hand clamps over your mouth. Your scream dies against his palm. He's stronger than he looks. I can take him. You thrash violently, trying to stomp on his foot, elbow his ribs, anything. He grunts softly. Shh. His voice is right against your ear now, steady and controlled.
This will hurt a lot less if you stay still.
Alright, this is my mean route. This is the route where I'm gonna be mean. Insult him. Listen here, you hot guy. I mean, you incredibly handsome, insane doctor. I mean, daddy. I mean... You crazy bastard! You snarl in rage. Snarl. I'm gonna have you sued, or fired, or... Then Calvin scoffs, interrupting you. Not loud, not angry, just dismissive.
Oh, no. You don't understand.
He leans closer.
You can't report anything if you can't leave.
You assumed he wouldn't let you just leave, but hearing him actually say it made your heart drop anyways. Yeah, I guess. Foiled again! Calvin exhales slowly, as if settling into something routine. Dang it. Maybe I can't be this guy.
Are there any other health concerns you're worried about, Espoir?
Yeah, this situation. Your throat tightens. For a moment, you can only stare at him. He asks the questions so normally, like this is an ordinary appointment. Like the restraints, the locked door, and the soft weight of the blanket are all normal. This situation. You kidnapped me. You drugged me. And dragged me here. So yeah, I have some fluffing concerns. I would either be a trolling brat, or I would be incredibly angry if I was kidnapped. Calvin doesn't react the way you expect. He doesn't look offended or angry. If anything, he looks thoughtful.
That's a very harsh way of putting it.
Is it wrong? He folds his arms together on the desk.
It's inaccurate.
You know, I think that's pretty accurate. I think that's an accurate, way to put the things that have occurred, sir. You tackled me. I woke up tied to a chair.
A bed?
Doesn't matter, sir. I'm in a room I don't recognize. What part of that is inaccurate? He studies your face for a long moment.
You're frightened. That's understandable. Sudden transitions can be disorienting.
Don't do that.
Do what?
Talk like this is normal. Like this is some kind of appointment. A faint crease appears between his brows. I'm gonna crease your brows, sir!
I am talking to you normally. You seem to be the one struggling with that.
You abducted me!
I brought you somewhere safe.
Against my will? He tilts his head slightly.
You were struggling.
So?
Someone had to intervene.
You don't get to decide that. For the first time, his voice lowers slightly.
Someone had to.
Mind repeating that louder, sir? He sighs in defeat.
You know, despite this disagreement, I'm really looking forward to our future together, Espoir.
Gonna be looking forward to the knuckle sandwich that I'm gonna cook lovingly for you. He leaves without another word. His footsteps echo up the stairs. The lights click off as Calvin leaves. And then you leave me in the dark. Maybe if I look for a weapon, now that I'm a little bit more angry, I'll actually use it? Nope. He still gets me. I'm gonna keep my eyes closed, 'cause I'm defiant. It's silent for a moment, before you feel your eyes being pulled open and flashed by a light. Ah! When your eyes adjust, you see Calvin holding a pen light. He steps back to give you space as you rub the burning light from your eyes. You were checking my pupils.
Too bright,
Butthole.
What was that?
Bright. But bright. He hums.
Shame.
He stares at your wrists.
Let me see.
You hesitate. His eyes lift to yours.
Your wrist. Now.
Okay, Daddy. Reluctantly, you extend your hands. His fingers close around your wrists, warm and steady. He turns your hand slightly, studying the damage, the raw skin, the thin streak of blood.
You fought too hard against the restraints.
And I would have gotten away with it, too. His thumb presses lightly along the joint, testing it. You flinch.
Relax.
How can I relax in this situation? He releases your wrists and moves to a cabinet nearby. You hadn't noticed it before. He opens it. Inside are medical supplies, organized and prepared. He returns with alcohol and gauze.
This will sting.
Cold antiseptic touches the wound. Ah! You try to pull away. His grip tightens instantly.
Don't.
His voice stays low and even.
You're only making it worse.
He continues cleaning the cut, like nothing about this situation is strange.
You should have rested.
That's for the next playthrough.
If you're going to panic, do it without harming your body at least.
The gauze wraps around your wrist. His fingers linger for a half of a second longer than necessary. Then he reaches for your other hand.
You're lucky. If I had the restraints any tighter, you would have damaged the tendons. Hands are delicate.
He finishes the bandage. For a moment, he just looks at you.
Are you calmer now?
Yes. You shakily nod, not wanting further conflict. I want that further conflict. I want that smoke.
Good. Now that you've settled.
Before you can protest, he fastens the handcuffs back over your wrists. Why did you choose me, brother? Why me? Question hangs in the air between you. He leans back slightly in his chair, folding his hands together as he considers you.
You interested me.
The answer is simple, but he doesn't stop there.
Not immediately, of course. At first, you were simply another patient. You came in for your appointments, asked a few questions, followed instructions reasonably well. There was nothing particularly remarkable about that.
He pauses briefly, studying your face as if revisiting those early visits in his mind.
But over time, I began to notice certain patterns. You asked far more questions than most people do. You were curious about your body. You paid attention.
Don't all patients do that? There is a faint hint of appreciation in his voice.
Most of my patients don't care deeply enough about their health.
He tilts his head slightly.
You not only cared, but it seemed like you were almost fascinated by the human body. just as I am.
You try to hide your disgust as he continues.
Eventually, I began paying closer attention, not just during appointments.
He says this so casually that it takes a moment for the implication to fully settle in.
I noticed how often you came in exhausted, how much weight you lost, how reluctant you were to schedule follow-up appointments when they conflicted with your shifts. It didn't take long to understand your financial situation.
Your chest tightens.
You were overworking yourself, skipping meals, ignoring your own body because you couldn't afford to take time off.
His tone softens slightly.
That kind of strain is not sustainable. Eventually, it leads to serious problems.
I mean, yeah. He shifts slightly in his chair.
At first, I simply recommended changes to your routine, but the more I observed, the clearer it became that your situation wasn't improving.
His eyes remain fixed on you.
You were stuck in a cycle that was gradually damaging your health. You needed help. So, I decided to intervene. I prepared a home for you.
He gestures slightly towards the room.
I needed to be certain that when the moment came, I would be able to take proper care of you. Once everything was ready, I removed you from the environment that was harming you.
He watches you carefully.
It's really quite simple.
You're sick. It's not that simple.
You are sick, Espoir. That's exactly why you're here.
You know what? I'm being extra rude. I'm gonna spit that delicious-looking food in your face. Patooey! You accept the spoon, just enough to draw the broth into your mouth. For a split second, everything remains still. Have some broth in your eyes! Then you lean forward and spit it directly back at him. The liquid splashes across his cheek and black shirt. For the first time, Calvin goes completely still. Ooh, you mad, Doc? You mad? His expression twists into something between disgust and disappointment. He sets the bowl down carefully. Then his hand rises, wiping the broth from his face and with controlled precision.
That was unnecessary.
I know. That's why I did it. His voice remains level, but there is an impatient edge now.
Do you understand how unsanitary that is? You're introducing bacteria, contaminating me, the food, and the environment.
He looks at the bowl, then back at you.
Completely counterproductive.
Without another word, he stands. He takes the bowl with him as he leaves the room. The door closes behind him, and a moment later, you hear the lock settle into place. From upstairs, the faint sound of running water reaches you. I wonder if we could use that as an opportunity to give us time to formulate a plan to escape. Cabinets opening, dishes being cleaned, footsteps. Nah, he just comes right back. When he returns, he's wearing a black shirt similar to the one you spat upon. How many black shirts does one guy need?
We'll try for food again in the morning.
His tone is composed, but the patience from before has thinned into something more deliberate. Calvin settles back into the chair beside the bed, his posture relaxed. For a moment, he just watches you. You know what? I'm going to appreciate that, because a lesser Yandere would have hit me in the face. So you get a gold star, Doc.
I've been paying very close attention to you, to your behavior, and the way you've adapted to your new environment. And I think I understand you better now.
Calvin doesn't speak immediately. He just watches you. You don't look away this time. You can't. I'm too mad. Or maybe you just won't.
You've been difficult.
I know. You kidnapped me. He nods like he expected that.
Yes, but I think you're forgetting a few details, Espoir. Who is the one keeping you alive right now? Who is the one keeping you from getting worse? Who is the one feeding you? Who is the one managing your condition and making sure you're healthy?
He slowly steps closer.
Who was the one who removed you from everything that was hurting you?
His voice tightened slightly.
And who is the one who noticed you were suffering in the first place?
Dr. Calvin. He reaches for you, and you react before thinking. Do I headbutt him? Do I give him a little bop? Do I bop him right on the forehead? You twist sharply against the restraints, just enough to lurch forward. Yeah! Best MC ever! Your forehead slams into his face. Bop! Ow! You hear the sharp crack of impact. Yeah! Ooh! Calvin recoils. A hand comes up to his nose immediately. He exhales sharply through his mouth, controlled but strained. When he pulls his hand away, there's a faint smear of blood. Silence. You stare at him, waiting for something explosive. Your heart pounds. When he looks back at you, his expression is worse than anger.
All right.
His voice is lower now, but still carefully controlled.
That's enough.
Oh no! Are you mad? Did I make you mad, Doctor? Oh no! What you gonna do?
You're forced back down, hard. His grip is no longer careful. It's firm and unforgiving.
Do you see what I mean? I try to help you. I try to stabilize you, and this is what you do.
His thumb presses briefly against the bridge of his nose, testing it. Then he looks back at you.
You've injured me.
He doesn't sound upset that he was hurt. He sounds upset that you were able to hurt him.
You're not in a state where you can make rational decisions.
You're insane!
No. I'm the only one here acting rationally.
He lets go, just enough to reach for something. No, don't!
I didn't want to do this. I really don't. But you've made it very clear that you can't be trusted like this.
Oh no, wait, am I gonna lose my gams? Am I gonna lose my arms? The syringe glints briefly in the light. Please! You try to pull away again, but you're weaker this time.
I'm not punishing you, even though I should.
His hand steadies your arm.
Once you stabilize, once you stop reacting like this, we can try again.
The needle goes in. Ah! The burn spreads hot and heavy. Ooh. Your body starts to slow, almost immediately. Too fast. Your vision blurs, and your limbs stop responding.
There. That's better.
He watches you as the fight drains out of you. The injections become routine after that. You just keep tranquilizing me? You drift in and out of consciousness. Each time you wake, it's harder to think, harder to move, harder to resist. Calvin views it as progress. He says that you're finally calming down. But the last time, something goes wrong. Uh-oh. You know it immediately. Your chest feels tight. Too tight. Oh! Your vision collapses in on itself. No. It's the first time he sounds genuinely alarmed.
Stay with me.
His hands are on you now, checking your pulse. Why aren't you doing the heart thing?
You weren't supposed to react like this.
Your body doesn't respond. I'm like, peace out, Doc. Your lungs don't cooperate.
Breathe.
Come on. For once, he isn't in control. The last thing you feel Is his hand pressing against your chest, trying to bring you back? It doesn't work. Cause of death, resistance. Ha ha! I trolled him so hard that I died. Now, I usually save this for the end of the video, but I really like how he's portrayed. You guys know that I really like mad scientist, Dr. Yandere characters, but I gotta say, this is probably the best Dr. Yandere that I have ever seen. Any other Yandere would have either cut off my legs or punched me in the face, and somehow he's able to keep a composure and still think that he's doing a good job as a doctor. I really like that. I really love that. Let's see if I can annoy him some more. Alright. How about this time, I be a little bit more feral? Run! You don't think. You just run. Forget you, dude. I'm not dealing with this. Your shoes slam against the pavement. Leaves scatter behind you. For a half a second, there's silence. And then, footsteps. Much faster than yours. You don't dare look back. Your lungs burn. The medication makes your head swim. You're not as strong as you used to be. You make it halfway down the block before something slams into you from behind. Oh! The world tilts. Rude! Did you just tackle me? You hit the ground, hard. A heavy weight pins you. A gloved hand grips your wrists. You thrash and try to cry out for help, but the weight on you traps your voice inside. Warm breath ghosts against your ear. A calm voice. Breathless, but not panicked.
Please, don't make this harder than it has to be.
The voice. You know that voice, but you can't put your finger on it. Your body freezes before your mind catches up. You feel a sharp sting at your neck. Your limbs weaken a few moments later. About 10 seconds of attempted thrashing pass before darkness swallows you whole. I feel like a deer. That's like, let me go. The first thing you notice as you wake up is warmth crawling into your skin. Your body feels heavy, like you've sunk into something soft. Oh, like I've been kidnapped and tied to a bed. Beg to be let go. Let me go, please. You sob softly. Calvin, please. I'm just a widow's sad deal. Please let me go. You don't have to do this. You can still stop this. I won't tell anyone. You can unlock the door, take me home, and I'll pretend I don't know anything. I'll be stupid about it if you need me to be. I'll make excuses for you. Just please, let me go. He closes his eyes and sighs deeply, rubbing a hand over his face.
Don't do that.
Oh, what is it, Doctor? You don't like it when I'm a scared little deer and I beg to be let go? That would be cute if he enjoys that.
Don't beg like that. It's unnecessary and will lead you nowhere. Typically, I wouldn't mind as much, but I'd like to start things a little professional.
Oh, wait, you like that, Doc? You like that? You like when I beg? Oh no, he likes when I beg.
Midazolam, the sedative I injected you with, is generally very safe, but dosage and injection site can influence onset and recovery.
Yeah, you stabbed me in the fluffing neck. Yeah, the other times he stabbed me in the arm. This was in the neck. Your voice trembles despite the anger. Calvin clicks his tongue softly.
Language.
Bollocks.
And not quite. The trapezius. The trapezius muscle.
Where is that? Okay. He gestures vaguely towards his own shoulder.
Not your neck.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes everything all right. Let's keep doctoring.
If I were to carelessly inject you in the neck, there'd be a much higher risk of you not waking up at all.
You shudder at the thought, but you wonder if that outcome would really be worse than this one.
The trapezius muscle is not quite ideal. I would have preferred something more conventional, but it was suitable under the circumstances.
Under the circumstances that I was a scared little deer? Well, I got that physical pain from when you tackled me. My body hurts. He pauses for a second, thoughtfully.
I was afraid of that. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been so rough with you. But you ran. It wasn't ideal, I am aware of that, but it was necessary.
You tackled me. That absolutely was not necessary. His eyes narrow.
I prevented further issues.
You broke my back, dude.
You were drowning out there. Work, expectations, medication without supervision. You weren't going to last much longer.
I would have did my best. What?
He's silent for a moment. Where does it hurt?
My shoulder, my ribs, my everywhere. My neck, my back, my everywhere. My heart hurts. I just hurt.
He hums. Shock can amplify sensation. Your nervous system is overstimulated. It should settle down with time. You just need rest. And cooperation.
No, we don't need none of that.
He studies you for a moment longer before he speaks up again. But it's good you're in a hospital in case you are seriously injured,
Don't you smile. Don't you give me that little smirk.
If you're awake, I'll check back in with you when I come down in the morning.
He smiles.
You know, I'm really looking forward to our future together, Espoir.
Alright, after I've tested the restraints, instead of looking for a weapon, because that doesn't work, what if I investigate the room? Maybe I'll find something. You slowly swing your legs over the side of the bed. The floor is cold under your feet. You pause for a moment, steadying yourself. Carefully, you take a few steps away from the bed. The room is tidy. The sheets are tucked tight. Nothing looks out of place. You move slowly, scanning everything. Everything looks almost staged. Your eyes drift upward and stop. In the corner of the ceiling lays a small black dome. Oh, a camera. Your stomach drops. A camera. It's pointed directly at the bed. Because of course he would. At the restraints. At where you were just a moment ago. A cold realization settles in your chest. He could have been watching you. He might have seen you wake up, seen you read the note, seen you struggle, seen you bleed, and he definitely saw you escape. Your injured wrists suddenly throb. You look back at the camera. For a moment you have the horrible feeling someone might be staring back. Then, you hear a click. Oh, hey, Doc. You didn't leave any entertainment in my enclosure, so I got out. The sound is faint, but unmistakable. A door opened somewhere in the house. It sounded heavy, like a front door. As if he plans on ever letting you go. Do you ever plan on letting me go? Yeah, does he? Calvin inclines his head slightly, as if the question were naive instead of hostile.
No.
What do you mean, no? You can't just... He interrupts with a quiet hand gesture, almost impatient.
I mean exactly what I said. Your safety and well-being are my responsibility. At this stage, that requires that you remain here.
He leans back in his chair.
Your life was not compatible with the care you require.
Care? You call this care? You didn't give me a TV, a magazine, a Game Boy, nothing.
Yes, it is care. You've proven that you are not ready to manage your health or your safety on your own. Until you are, you will remain down here to ensure nothing happens to you. Leaving is not an option, and I see no reason to entertain the idea.
There's something wrong with you. Yeah, what is wrong with you, Doc? What's going on there? What is going on in that dome of yours? He ignores your comment. For a moment, the room settles into a heavy silence. What if I just deny the food? Because I don't know what you put in it. You probably did put something in it. You turn your head away, avoiding the spoon before it can reach your mouth. Calvin pauses. The spoon remains suspended between you for a moment before he slowly lowers it. His gaze sharpens as he studies your face.
Explain. Are you feeling nauseous? He shifts slightly closer, his attention fully focused on you. Something
colder settles into his expression. The concern doesn't disappear, but it shifts into something more analytical.
I see. This isn't a physical matter. This is behavioral.
Don't you psychoanalyze me after you've kidnapped me. He sets the bowl down briefly, freeing one hand. Before you can react, his fingers close around your jaw, firmer this time.
Refusal does not benefit you. You will not change the outcome. It only complicates how I must make it happen. I'm getting the straw and the funnel.
His grip tightens just enough to make resistance uncomfortable.
Open your mouth.
When you hesitate, his thumb presses slightly, forcing compliance. You're gonna have to hide it in a piece of cheese. You're gonna have to hide my medicine in a piece of cheese so I eat it. The spoon follows immediately. The broth is no longer comforting. He does not rush, but there is no patience in it now.
If you continue to resist necessary treatment, I will have to adjust how I handle you.
Don't handle me, Doc. When he's done, he sets the bowl back down on the desk, his eyes fixed on yours as if evaluating the result.
Did you like it?
Like what? Him touching your arm?
The food.
Oh. Sure? He hums in approval. Did he make it? There's a flicker of hesitation before he reaches out, thumb brushing lightly against your cheek.
It's good for you.
He exhales slowly, backing up and turning his head slightly as if trying to reset himself. You're grateful for the distance. When he looks back, he's composed again.
Come here.
He interrupts, correcting himself.
No, don't.
He lets out a faint, breathy huff, not quite a laugh.
You can't, can you?
You making jokes, Doc? Something about that seems to amuse him, at least a little. His hand comes up instead, fingers resting lightly at your jaw, guiding your face towards him. He leans in, less patient, and kisses you. Kissy poos! There's an immediate and insistent pressure behind it. A quiet, strained sound leaves him as his grip tightens, just slightly at your jaw, keeping it in place. As if anticipating your resistance. He pulls back, just enough to breathe. His eyes flick over your face quickly, searching. Stay still. Kiss him back. You ain't getting no kisses. You ain't getting no kissy poos. Stand still. You stay rigid beneath him. Your mouth still tingles from the force of it. He seems to read your silence as permission, or maybe as something close enough. Still controlled, but barely. His hand slips from your jaw down to your neck, not squeezing, but resting there. He exhales sharply, cutting himself off. Like whatever he was going to say isn't coming out right. His thumb presses against your throat, feeling your pulse. The feeling of your heartbeat under his thumb seems to do something to him. He leans in again, but stops just short this time. Hovering, breathing uneven. His goatee briefly grazes your chin. He pauses, then gives another kiss, shorter and sharper. He's so awkward with it. His hand drifts lower for a second. He hesitates, then stops. He sharply inhales, then pulls back abruptly. Stop, he says, determined, like he's correcting himself. Why are you holding yourself back so much, Doctor? He lets go of you completely, stepping back from the bed, like the distance is necessary. He runs a hand through his hair. He turns sharply away from you, jaw tight. Then he steps toward the stairs.
I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Take your time. I feel scared. I'm scared. You're being weird, Doc. You're weird.
Of me? I suppose that would be the logical guess. As I said before, I do not plan on hurting you.
His words sound hollow in your ears. Abruptly, he turns toward the computer. The clicking of keys fills the room.
I was really hoping to keep you off the anxiety meds. But maybe that's not realistic, or we'll need to taper instead of stopping entirely.
His hands move quickly.
Access may be an issue. Your apartment is likely not an option right now, but that's manageable. I'll get my hands on some for you. I don't want you to be too anxious.
The typing continues for a few moments. Then he walks back towards the bed, hovering over you.
You don't have to be scared around me. I don't want to hurt your body. I want to do quite the opposite.
His gaze trails over your body in a way that makes your stomach knot.
Are you looking upon my goodies? Good sir!
And his hands follow, resting lightly, almost absent-mindedly on your arms and shoulders, then your chest, then your stomach. His eyes flick to yours, measuring your reaction. His fingers splay out across your stomach, shamelessly mapping every curve and dip beneath the thin fabric of your shirt. Doctor, please. The coolness of his palms seep through, making you shudder. You open your mouth to protest, but he interrupts you.
Relax. This is necessary.
Despite his command, you can't help the way your body tenses under his hands. Calvin, wait. Shh. He doesn't stop. If anything, his grip tightens as his thumbs trace slow circles over your abdomen, pressing into the soft flesh.
What are you doing?
His eyes lock onto yours, holding you captive just as effectively as the restraints that bind your wrist. You squirm slightly, breath catching, but his other hand moves to your thigh, pinning you in place with effortless strength. He parts your legs just enough to settle between them, his palm gliding up the inside of your thigh.
Editor Espoir in the future?
Hi. If this gets a little bit too spicy for YouTube, be sure to, clip out anything that YouTube would not find appropriate and put that on my adult Patreon. Oh, and also tell them that they can join my adult Patreon for the low, low price of $1 and being over the age of 18. What? Calvin! I just told you that I'm scared. I don't really think that whatever this is will help. His fingers inch higher on your thigh, ignoring your pleas.
Fear is natural, but I'll erase it. Your body knows what it needs, even if you don't yet.
Doctor, I don't think I need any vitamin D just yet.
A few inches later.
No, Espoir. Doesn't that feel better?
You don't want to give him the satisfaction, but your muscles feel looser, your body relaxed. You tilt your head back, trying to steady your breathing. From the corner of your eye, you catch the way he watches your chest rise and fall.
A little too good,
You have too much knowledge on this subject, Doctor.
You want to glare at him, but you don't have the energy. Nor do you have the energy to be scared anymore. He exhales slowly, like he's grounding himself.
Stay still.
His tone is calm and even again, like nothing just happened. He disappears briefly, returning with a cloth and a small basin.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you kidnapped me, but at least you're considerate.
You tense instinctively as he approaches, but his expression doesn't change. He begins to clean you with careful, deliberate movements. When he's finished, he sets everything aside and lifts you to change the sheets beneath you. And he changes the sheets? Man!
There. That's better.
He takes a step back, looking over you. Not admiring, but assessing.
I need to step out for a bit.
Yeah, you gotta go take care of something. Doc, gotta go take care of something.
I'm running low on groceries.
Oh, okay. That's what you meant. Just forget I said anything.
He hesitates, just for a second.
I meant to go earlier.
His jaw tightens slightly.
But I got distracted.
His eyes flick over you again.
I won't be long. Behave yourself.
He turns and heads towards the stairs. The sounds of his footsteps fade. The door upstairs opens and closes. Silence settles back into the room.
Just give me a radio, something.
He left. Your body still feels heavy, despite the temporary sense of freedom and despite the opportunity. Your body doesn't allow you to move. I think I'm just gonna lay here for a little bit. I'm just gonna relax. The door opens and he steps back in. You notice the grocery bags first. Your stomach twists in hunger. The pain hits fast, harder than before. He sets them down and you wait for him to start unpacking them, but he doesn't.
Is he just gonna sit on the bed and slowly eat a banana in front of me? It's like, you want this banana, don't you?
Why would he bring them down here if he's not giving you anything? He moves past them and towards the cabinet. He opens it and you hear shifting of glass and metal. Aren't you going to...
No, not yet.
Your stomach drops.
I know.
He doesn't look at you. He turns back towards you with something in his hands.
Oh no! Did he really get the funnel? I was just joking!
You can't see it clearly. He steps closer, and his hand closes around your arm. Wait, what are you... He pulls your arm out. You try to pull back, but the new restraints clasp immediately over your forearms. What? You already have my wrists restrained? Why are you...
Hold still.
You don't, so he tightens his grip.
I've had some time to think while I was gone. You know, this didn't have to be like this.
A sharp sting cuts through your arm. Ah! You didn't see it go in, just felt the pressure. What the heck are you doing?
Drawing blood.
You didn't even tell me.
You would have resisted. You did resist.
You look down, but you shouldn't have. Red liquid slowly fills the tube.
You're already presenting symptoms of iron deficiency. This will confirm it. But I'm fairly certain.
You don't like how confident he sounds. Like he already knows. Man, I should check my iron.
It's not severe. Yet.
You think about the hunger. How long it's been since he's fed you.
I was careful with you.
His fingers adjust slightly on your arm, keeping you still.
I gave you time to adjust to your new environment, and you chose to make it difficult.
You're the one who kidnapped...
Yes. And I've been managing it. Managing you. Do you know how much worse this could be?
He leans slightly closer.
I chose not to do that to you.
He pulls the needle out, eliciting another sharp sting. He steps back, examining the vial. Then, almost as an afterthought,
I'll feed you after.
You don't remember him coming back to feed you. You're not sure if you were awake for much longer. Hours feel like weeks when your body forces you to stay awake. Eventually, the footsteps make their way downstairs. The light flicks on. Calvin stands in the doorway, watching. He's not wearing his usual work uniform.
You're awake.
Yeah, I'm awake and I want a cheeseburger! His voice is calm again, actually in his care. I'm probably never going to have a cheeseburger ever again. Whatever emotion broke through yesterday has already been put neatly back into place. He studies your face for a long moment. Not casually, but like he's arriving at something.
I've been paying very close attention to you, to your behavior, and to the way you've adapted to your new environment. And I think I understand you better now.
Calvin stays quiet for a long moment, not because he's unsure, but because he's deciding how to explain something he already believes.
I think I've made a mistake.
Oh, really? The words catch you off guard, not because they sound apologetic, but because they don't.
Not in bringing you here. That was necessary, and it still is. But I may have expected too much from you too soon.
He leans back, slightly in the chair, studying you.
I've been speaking to you as though reason would settle you, as though explanation would make this easier for you, as though your higher mind would override the more primitive parts of you. The fear, the stress, the need to escape.
You stare at him. I feel like you're insulting me. What are you talking about?
Human beings like to think they're terribly complex, and in some ways they are. but under enough pressure, they reduce very quickly to instinct, to self-preservation, to something much more frightened and reactive.
His expression softens. Well, he's not wrong. Not with pity, but with recognition.
I think that's where you are now, and honestly, I can't blame you for it.
Something in your stomach twists. Because for a second, absurdly, he almost sounds understanding. Calvin, I'm a person. I'm also a scared widow deer.
His eyes sharpen, but his voice stays calm. Of course you are. I never said otherwise. But being a person doesn't erase the animal instinct that lies underneath. The parts that panic. The parts that bite and scratch and run when they don't understand what's happening. I've been treating those responses like moral failings, as if you were deliberately being difficult. That was unfair.
He rises from the chair. Your body tenses immediately. He notices.
See, that. You don't know how to be at ease in an environment like this yet, so I need to adjust it.
Put some toys in my enclosure. I got nothing in here. I'm gonna have zoocosis soon. Adjust it how?
The restraints are part of the problem. They're practical, yes, but they keep you suspended in a state of agitation. You can't move enough to settle. You can't hide. You can't pace. You can't curl into something instinctive and safe. For something in your condition, they may actually be counterproductive.
Something in my...
Don't. I'm trying to help you.
He turns away from the bed for a moment. Only for a moment. Then he looks back at you with a strange, settled expression.
I've already ordered something.
You almost choke. What?
A large enclosure.
Did you put toys in it? You stare at him. You understand the words, but your brain doesn't let you process them. A what?
I'm not sure you'll like this terminology, but it's a cage.
The room goes very still. So still that for a second you can hear nothing except your own breathing. No, Calvin, don't do that. I mean, how big are we talking? How big are we talking? I mean, you put a nice pink frilly bed in there. You give me a computer. You give me a drawing table. Okay, you give me plushies like every other day. This cage ain't looking that bad.
Listen to me. It won't be a punishment. Quite the opposite, actually. You'll be able to move around. You won't have to stay pinned to a bed. You'll have more room, more freedom. And I think you'll feel safer once there are clearer boundaries around you.
I'm not a dog.
No, but you're not as different as you think you are.
Offended?
And if I have to choose between preserving your dignity and preserving your well-being, I'm going to choose your well-being.
He steps closer. His hand comes up to your face. You flinch before he even touches you. And again, he notices.
It's all right. React the way that you please. I see you clearly now.
His thumb brushes once over your cheek.
And I think you'll be happier once I stop expecting you to act human about this.
A week later, the bed is gone. A couple other beds were thrown out as well to make room for the enclosure, which takes up nearly a quarter of the basement. It's large enough to stand in, large enough to pace, large enough to forget sometimes that the bars are still confining you. Yeah, I got my gaming laptop in here, and I got a PS4 so I can play Bloodborne. I'm good, Doc. You need to take some blood? I'll stick my arm out the cage. Just bring me a cheeseburger, please. There are blankets and pillows inside. Bowls, too, when he thinks your body needs more food. There are a few objects Calvin insists were enrichment. Yeah, enrichment, that's the word I meant. He sounded pleased when he gave them to you. Proud, even. The The first night, you screamed until your throat hurt. The second, you cried. The third, you stopped wasting the energy.
And by the fourth week, I'm just pacing like a lion.
Now, when he comes downstairs, he kneels beside the door and speaks to you more softly than he ever did when you were chained to the bed. He praises you when you eat, when you stay calm, when you come near him without making him coax you. Sometimes he leaves the cage open while he's down there, not because he trusts you to leave, but because, apparently, you no longer try.
He hit me with the what's that called? Yeah, learned helplessness. You hit me with the learned helplessness. You want to learn about something scary? Learn about learned helplessness. I don't think I like this ending very much.
You tell yourself that it isn't surrender. You'll make it out someday. Or you'll adapt. Because that's what an animal does, isn't it?
Diagnosis: animal. I mean, then again, you make that cage big enough, you give me a nice enough bed, you give me food I like, you give me plushies I like, you give me entertainment, you give me a PS4 so I can keep playing Bloodborne, you give me a gaming PC, you give me a hamster wheel too, that'll be even better. Okay, but fictionally.